Alrighty, welcome guys to day 25 of the Trading Academy, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how to read news events and all the just everything relating to all the news events that is very important to know, because in trading, these news events that I'm about to show you guys and talk about, this is what really moves the market a lot of the time. So for the website you want to use, guys, it's going to be Forexfactory.com. Okay, you guys can see it up here, Forexfactory.com. You want to come on here and it pretty much gives you all the news reports that you're gonna see, but yours is going to be different because I have mine filtered out to just USD. Okay, so when you get on here, if you're new to this and stuff like that, you're gonna have all these checked right here. Okay, you're gonna even have the yellow and gray folder checked, and it's gonna look a lot like this. Okay, when you get on here. Now, the reason why I filter this out is because the gray and yellow folders are, this is non-economic news. This is low impact expected news. So this doesn't really move the markets as much. I really like seeing the orange folder, right? Because it's medium impact news, and the red folders, that is high impact news, meaning it's going to impact the markets quite a bit. And then, well, I don't really trade, the Australian dollar. I don't really trade the Australian dollar. Geez, I can't even speak this morning. But yeah, I don't trade AUD. I don't trade Canadian dollars, CHF, CNY, Euro, GBP, JPY, NZD. Again, if you're trading currencies, if you're trading Forex, then obviously, if you're trading GBP, JPY, you want to have these marked on, right? You don't want to have USD on. But if you're trading just like New York, or if you're trading futures, indices, you want to have USD marked on. USD is one of the main movers here. JPY, sometimes it is as well. Like, I know there's an event for JPY. I forget what it is, but yeah, I just have USD marked on for the most part with the orange and red folder. It cleans it up very, very nice, and I can just see all the important news reports that are going to come out for the week. I also filter it by weekly, not by day. Sometimes you guys will just have it by day like this. I filter it out by week. So if I go to the 29th all the way to the Friday, the 3rd, apply settings, it gives me the whole week to look at, right? Monday here, there's no news. Tuesday, there's employment cost index. To be honest, the only ones you really have to worry about, and I'm going to tell you guys here, is going to be these, right? Federal funds rate, FOMC press conference. These are the main movers. These are the biggest news events in trading that you guys are going to experience. This really moves the market a lot. And again, if you guys are new, and even if you guys are learning all the things that I'm teaching you right now, you guys just want to avoid this overall. Okay, you could try to find some stuff with this news. Like, this news does move the market, and I'll show you guys where it moved it today. But to be honest, FOMC and federal funds rate and all this right here, the conference, the reason why you don't want to trade this is because there's this guy, the Fed chair, the main dude, his name is Jerome Powell. Okay, we mess around in the Discord. We always call him Papa Powell or Daddy Powell because he moves the markets, dude. He lets us eat, because sometimes when you're really experienced, like how we are, you guys could definitely trade this. Like today, I'm going to be trading this a little bit later. I'm going live with the Discord. I'm going to be live trading this in front of them. But yeah, when you get more experience, you guys could definitely trade this. But if you're new, I would avoid this at all costs. Same thing with non-farm employment change. This is usually the first Friday of every month. This is also a very big news event, and this takes place at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So that's 7:30 for me, but it takes place an hour before market open. Now, this news event here, the non-farm employment change, this is a very big one. Again, it's just like FOMC. It's very manipulative. You guys can get hurt a lot if you guys try to trade before this. Again, if you guys are trying to trade news, I would always do it after the news report comes out, or after this guy is done talking, right? In the FOMC press conference, Jerome Powell talks for about 45 minutes. So after he's done, you guys could try to look for a trade if you want. If you want to practice, I would go demo if you're new. And yeah, just do that, because these two, FOMC and non-farm employment change, especially when they're in a week together, it's going to be very crazy, okay? And most of the time, you don't want to trade them, especially if you're new. Unemployment claims has been moving the market recently, but you could definitely trade. You could definitely trade this. I honestly, if I were new, I would just wait for all these reports to come out and then try to find a trade before, or after the report comes out. So that way you guys don't get burned, because I know some people would try to get into a trade or are in a trade before the news report comes out, and they end up getting hurt or they end up getting stopped out, and then it goes their way because it's very manipulative. It's very volatile. Okay. And if we go to the next, where am I? Here we go. Look, there's no news for the next week. Pretty crazy. Actually, hold on. I have my thing filtered out kind of weird now. May 6th to the 10th. So we have some, okay? So the 30-year bond auction is pretty important as well. Doesn't move the market as much as the other two. But so far, you want to watch for FOMC and then non-farm. And this is the other heavy hitter, core CPI, okay? And PPI. PPI and core CPI, another two news events you guys do not want to have trades put on before, because again, they're very manipulative. They move the market a lot, okay? You guys do not want to get hurt by that, all right? Trust me, you guys just don't want to go through that. Just wait till after the report comes out, specifically until market open or around market open. Like I told you guys, if you guys don't find anything from the kill zone from 8:30 to 11:30, right, those 2 hours, I would not, try to put on a trade right at 8:30, right when this comes out, or try to chase right when this comes out. Just don't do it. That's my biggest advice, especially if you're new. Just do not fucking do it. Just wait till market open at 9:30 a.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time, and wait, right? Just wait an hour and a half, okay, 2 hours to see if you get something at 11, by 11, right? From 9:30 to 11. See if you get something from that 90 minutes. So you usually do, especially with these new reports, okay? Do not try to put on trades before. I'm telling you guys, those three news events, FOMC, NFP, and CPI, do not trade them if you're new, okay? Now let's go on to the chart so I can show you guys what these news events really do. So I could show you guys not to not try and trade them right at the minute that they're out. All right, so we're here on, let's go find the CPI report, because the CPI report is crazy. Let's see. Actually, let me go back and see when the CPI report was on. Let's see. Actually, let's go here. FOMC was, the last one was March 20th, okay? And the last non-farm was April 5th. All right, so this is right here was the FOMC, or not the FOMC, the non-farm employment rate, right? This is the non-farm event, right? As you guys could see, this thing goes both ways, right? If we go back over here, so that way I don't lose my spot, let me go to the 15-minute. As you guys can see, if you guys are trying to long, or if you guys are trying to short because you see something, again, you shouldn't be shorting here, because why? Because we have this external, so boom, we're in discount, deep discount, right? You guys shouldn't even be shorting. You guys should be looking for longs, at least to the equilibrium of this. And guess what? We do get up there. But if you are trying to long right around here before the news report, you probably most likely would have been stopped out, because this is a very big wick, right? This whole wick was about 100 points. So you're not, most of the time on a funded account, unless you're going really light size, you are not withstanding this 100-point move, okay? I would wait until 9:30. And if you get a 9:30 move here, you could find a setup somewhere in here on the lower time frames and ride it out. Okay, you guys don't need to necessarily try to shoot for this. Now, this right here, this big drop, I know you guys are probably like, what the fuck is that from, right? This was due to a speaker, right? I do want to go over that as well. Whenever you guys see like, let me go back over here so I can show you guys. Actually, let me change this so I can show you guys what happened here on this week. This happened due to FOMC member Barkin and Mester speaking, specifically Barkin, right? Anytime you see people speaking, when it says this, FOMC member speaking, and if it's an orange or a red folder, like Fed Chair Powell speaks like this, right? This is a dude that speaks, that moves the markets. If you see any of these with the orange or red folder, I would say avoid it, because most of the time it gets super, super volatile. And that's exactly what happened here. All right. And then non-farm, boom. Okay. CPI was, I believe it was, CPI was, when was CPI? I think it was the following week. Yeah, it was April 10th. So let's go to April 10th so I can show you guys what happened here on CPI on April 10th. Boom. This is CPI right here. Okay. So if you guys are trying to catch this move before it happens, if you guys are trying to long or something, you guys are going to get slipped. Your stop losses will be slipped, meaning that your order will not fill because it's moving so fast. So you'll probably be in additional drawdown before you actually get stopped out. So that's why it's very dangerous to try and trade these news events, because you can get slipped right here. Okay, you can get slipped. Like, you can go long. Like, if you think you're long and we're gonna go up to here or something, or I don't know, for whatever reason you think we're gonna go long and you place a stop loss like right here, your stop loss will not get filled because it's moving so fast. Your stop loss will probably get filled like down here. Okay, after it's all said and done, and you will lose more money than you wanted to. Okay. Even if you're shorting, if you were trying to short right around here, you probably would have been stopped out right here or right there in the little small candles, right? If you would have placed your stop, I don't know, let's say you would have placed your stop somewhere up here or something like that, and you would have been stopped out, right? I would just avoid this if you were new. Again, once you get more experience, you guys can try to trade these. Nowadays, I don't even trade these. I wait till market open and try to trade it, right? You could wait for some sort of trade here. As you guys can see, we just went sideways all day here. So, we'll go over when to recognize these conditions so you guys don't have to trade these days. But yeah, FOMC, non-farm events, and CPI, you want to avoid those three. Everything else is perfectly fine to trade. Most of the time, it doesn't really move the market all that much. However, it does move the market, all right? Like, all these red folders, all these orange folders, they do move markets, but it's perfectly okay to trade them. Like today, for example, if we go to the current week, which is the 29th to the 3rd, this week right here, you guys could see today is Wednesday, May 1st. We had all these red folders, right, at 8:15, 9:45, and 10 a.m. And if we go back to the chart, you guys will see 8:15 didn't really move the market all that much, right? And then 9:45 or 8:45 didn't really move the market all that much. And then 10 a.m., boom, didn't really move the market all that much, right? You guys could definitely trade those type of news events. It's just those three, the FOMC, non-farm, and CPI, they're very, very difficult to trade, and they're very, very fast. So you can get hurt quite a bit, okay, if you're not on the right side of the market. Now, with news, okay, the main point of news is just to accelerate price to wherever the drawn liquidity is on the higher time frame. All right, I'm going to repeat that one more time. The whole point of news is to accelerate price to get it to where it needs to go on the higher time frame, right? Wherever the draw liquidity is on the higher time frame, news is going to accelerate price to get to that drawn liquidity. So if you're looking at the daily, right, and you're like, okay, news is just accelerating the move to whatever drawn liquidity I'm looking at, right? Like here, we have a swing low right here. That is my main sell side right here. And then we have this internal sell side right here, right? This is going to be my main drawn liquidity for later today in FOMC. I'm expecting these lows to get hit right here, and we'll see if it happens, right? Who knows if it does or not? Because again, FOMC is a very volatile event, and it's somebody that's actually speaking. So this is called manual intervention. All right, it's very difficult to trade during these conditions because it's somebody, Powell, in this case, it's somebody talking, right? You don't know what he's going to say. You don't know what questions he's going to answer, etc. All right, so that's why it's very important to be very careful in these events. But the main thing about this, it just all comes back to drawing liquidity. What is your drawing liquidity? As you guys can see, these displacement on these candles, the energetic displacements and the speed, I'm expecting this low to get taken today, okay, during FOMC. So right now, it's just waiting for FOMC. Market is just chilling. Right now, I'm not trading. I'm making these academy videos for you until FOMC. So that is what you guys want to do with news events. Everything else is perfectly fine to trade. PPI, right? PPI, not CPI, but PPI is actually another volatile one that you guys should kind of avoid and just wait for market open to try and trade. Always trade post news is like the whole point of this video, right? Come on to Forexfactory, and you guys will be able to see the news reports here on forexfactory.com. Okay, every single week I'm on here, I'm studying this, and in the advanced section, I'll teach you guys how to find how to anticipate the low and high of week just using this calendar here. It's pretty OP. That's how I get a lot of my outlooks, right? My weekly outlooks. I post them in the free Telegram and in the Discord. So that's how I get a lot of my weekly outlooks right. Is I usually wait till after Tuesday, and I can pretty much like 90% of the time predict what the rest of the week is going to do just based off the data here. Okay, and you guys will learn how to do that as well a little bit later. It's going to be in the advanced section, but yeah, that is pretty much how to read news data and what news to avoid, and really just my recommendations on using like that and stuff like that. And news, you guys shouldn't be afraid of news. I like trading during news because it creates a lot of volatility, creates an opportunity to make a lot of money. Nowadays, I really just trade on news days. I try to avoid no news days because no news days is just pretty boring price action in my opinion. Most of the time, not all the time, but you guys will see as you guys just stick to this profession as long as you can, you guys will start to see, okay, I like news days a little more. At first, I was kind of iffy about news days as well, but I just started getting warmed up to it. I started getting more experience, more, screen time, more back testing and stuff like that. And I was like, news ain't really that bad. It creates a lot more opportunity. But yeah, that is pretty much my take on news data for trading. Hope you guys enjoyed this video on the Trading Day Academy, and hope you guys are enjoying the series. Catch you guys in the next one. Again, if you guys have any questions, comment down below, join the free Discord, ask questions, ask away, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.